this is for one of the challenges for, sure you want to create, yes. So for the Cold in December JosieDunneXct, I'm going to pick this one because it's just probably going to be a lot easier. And we're going to start thematics. I move fast on this, so I apologize. Do skin shades. I usually pick this one to start with so I can lighten up as I go. Airbrush, turn your opacity down to like 35 and your airbrush size up to like maybe 40 or so. And just really, I mean, you could use the tap to fill also, but and just kind of, right now, coloring the lines. Ignore the glasses, ignore the lines, ignore everything you see, except know where your face is supposed to be. Even coloring her lips, because you know, her lips are flesh toned until otherwise, you know, that's hair. Is it? It might be. It will be. I'll make it hair. It'll work that way. So we'll get a nice base color going for the face here. That's not going to be important because you're wearing glasses anyways. So then you've got your skin shades pulled up. I'm going to go with a darker brown. I'm going to turn my opacity down to like 14, maybe even less, maybe 10. And then I'm going to turn my airbrush size down to like 15. And this is where we're going to work on kind of just giving some form. And you know, this is going to mold into don't be too rough with it. Just kind of go with, you know, just generally keeping with face contours. Use some shadow lines that they put on here if you want. I do, and then I go over them. Right now, I'm just going to focus on her face. I'm going to take the brush size. I'm going to turn it up some more. And so we want to kind of define the collarbone here. Well, keep in mind your facial contours yourself when you're doing that. And know that like underneath glasses, it's going to be a little darker. And just do what feels comfortable and try to do what feels like natural. Don't go too dark with your lines unless you want to add definition. Then you're going to use a darker brown. I use airbrush mostly for these. Lower to 8-9%. And just kind of go in here with a finer point where I turn that brush down to like a 7%. And I'm going to just kind of make defining lines here. And I'm just going to kind of create a shadow, define some lines of the neck so she sticks out. I'll figure out what I do with that background after bed. We don't want to leave it on this dark color. Let's go into more of these tanner like red looks. And we want to turn that opacity down to more like maybe 4 or 5%. Turn your airbrush up, let's say 25. And give her face some color. We've got color in our face. And you'll fiddle with this. It's a learning curve. But we've all got like different colors on our face. You know, obviously she's looking a little mottled right now, right? because I've got a lot of stuff going on here. And I go back and forth with the colors. And just try to create nice shadowing, shading. This is a really weird Christmas song. Ooh, that needs fixed. See, that shouldn't be like that. You're looking at a profile here. You're not looking at it straight on. You can always go in with the color you originally used, which in my case was that one there. And right now it looks a little strange, I'll admit that. Again, it's always a work in progress. I'm going to pick one of the lighter colors here. I'll probably go this one in. And kind of just do a highlight here. Highlight on the nose. Let's turn that opacity up. Maybe 23. Because your nose has got highlights on it. Your forehead's going to have highlights on it, especially because they're your light source. And your chin. It's easier if you're going to work on practicing shading. Do it with as small first as you can. You can go over the darker shading parts too, if you so desire. Like I said, work with it so you feel comfortable in it being a natural look. I didn't look at what the artists look like, I'll be honest. And sometimes I'll go down a shade just to add a little bit more. You really don't even need makeup to create a gentle blush. And ooh, that didn't turn out right, did it? No. Here's that lighter color. Just turn the opacity down. Just kind of gently brush over it. And come down here. Let's check how we're doing. So far, so good. Now, hair. I can't remember if she was a blonde or not. I don't tend to use gradient. I tend to just use the airbrush because I don't like the fill face. I'm still working on hair. Just do some liquids. Just some strokes. Try not to go up. Try to go down. Try to follow the contour of where the hair actually flows. Don't worry about if you go outside the lines. You can fix that later. And just let it flow. Art is a fluid thing. It's an emotion. It's a way of releasing your tension. It's just a way of just, when you're doing it, don't just be like, I'm just doing this to get this done. No, let your creative juice flow, follow the flow of the picture, the flow of the natural hair. You see, sometimes I'll go up with it just because I don't like the white lines I leave behind, and I'm a perfectionist. But hair generally flows from north to south, if you will. And yeah, there's going to be white spots in here. Not everything is perfect. You go, well, why, Rachel, RH Designs, whatever, why are you doing it with, wouldn't it be faster to just do it with a tap to fill using a gradient? You're right, it probably would be. That's just not how I work. I don't particularly like tap to fill and try to skip using it as much as possible because part of my stress relief is just to let it flow through my hand into my pencil and onto the work. And this is just the first layer of hair, okay? I'm just basically putting down a base color. We'll fill in that background later. And that way, if you go out the side the lines now, it is okay. Don't worry about that. Your worry shouldn't be any worry. Because what you're doing is creating art. You're letting it flow naturally. Just like her hair would flow naturally. What I have a hard time with right now is getting hair texture right. I'm still working on that. I think this is a beautiful challenge. I particularly like the picture with her holding a fish in a fishbowl. Although, mind you, I wouldn't waste my money on a goldfish because they don't live very long. Trust me on that one. We for my son and my kids one year, we like won a goldfish at a fair, and within 24 hours it was dead. It prompted us to try to start a fish tank, but you know what? That didn't even work out because our water was terrible. It was county water. It was filled with chemicals. So, and then we moved to the mountains after that to be closer to my in-laws. And that water sucked because it was full of freaking God knows what. The landlord wasn't very proactive about getting the well checked. And let me tell you, that's, I think, when my teeth started, like, going bad, was drinking that water. Probably. I don't even like water. I have pots, I don't like water. Let's use a darker shade. Notice all my coloring, all my shades I'm picking, they're all solid colors. They're not gradients. You want to just build in some highlights and lowlights. Like your natural hair has highlights and lowlights. I may even end up making her not with the same color hair she's supposed to have, but you know what? Another good thing about art, and especially through color therapy, no judgment. Try to keep your judgments to a minimum. Every one of us is here, most of us, because, not because we're bored, but because this is our outlet. And not everything that everybody does is going to be perfect. So try to, encourage someone else. Point out what you like about something. And if you don't have anything nice to say, probably the best bet is to just let it alone. Again, going with the flow. Oven timer went off. I think my husband's making fish sticks. It's a low carb option. But yeah, I'm just like following the flow of the hair. I still figure out what else I'm leaving so much. Sorry about the noise. Again, don't worry about going outside the lines. Don't freak yourself out. Just let it flow naturally. Like I'm trying not to worry about all the engine noise I'm hearing outside because my neighbor across the street is getting something delivered and they do construction down the road. But yeah, and what I usually do, since I can't see what I'm doing otherwise, is I always end up, where you going, Loki? That's my drawing buddy. I couldn't even start this earlier because he was laying on me. I did a live Facebook video of that. Okay, let's add some highlights now. Let's try turning that brush size down a little bit. Turning the opacity down to maybe a 48%. And just airflows north to south. And just add where you think it would fit naturally. Just add your highlights and your lowlights. Check your work. See, right now it doesn't look so great, honestly. I'll go in and smooth it out after a bit. Hair is not my strong suit. This I'm actually going from south to north, just because that's a natural flow for my pick a lighter kind of peachy color here and just I'm gonna turn the brush up and that down. See if I can blend this a little bit better so it looks a little more natural. And since I'm actually trying to blend in the colors with an overlay of a lighter color, I'm not following the flow of the hair at this point. I'm just going down it. I like to think of art as emotion in motion. Let's see how we look. Oh, that looks a little bit better. There's a spot here that I noticed. I'm gonna add, you can't overdo it with the color choices. Sometimes that's how it happens with me. But don't forget that you're gonna have pockets where the hair is gonna be darker. Even shows it in the picture. So just, keep that in mind. You don't have to get every single strand. You want it to look natural. When you look at your hair, you can't see every strand of hair. Ooh, got too much red there. See, here's where we're running into a slight hiccup. Let's go back to the darker blonde. Lower your brush size. Turn your opacity just a bit. I'm going to add a brownish color in here. And try to just find some of the edges that they already put in there for you. Like I said, I'm going to make that hair. Because I think that's where my problem is right now is now I want a freaking Starbucks cup of coffee because JosieDunneXct just said that. I haven't been feeling well this morning, stomach-wise. If I just left it down there at the bottom, it would not look natural. you know, oh my god, that looks terrible. Here's gonna be work in motion, okay, guys? Ah, it knocked up on me. Let me turn the opacity down. Brush size up to like 45 and just not worry about the lines and just kind of go through it and go all over the place with this. Looking a little better, yes? Here's a little too dark. I want it all to blend naturally. Your hair doesn't. Still want her to have some red. Starting to have a more natural look to her hair. I'm going to turn the brush size down a little bit. Not a lot of it, just a little bit. And go back into the thing. Coming along. We're getting there. Now I need to go back to her face because I'm realizing that that is a little too dark for my liking. Just gonna gently airbrush over her. That's working. And I want to do a shirt. Let's look at doing it. And I know not everybody is a VIP member. Do season's greetings. Oh, thematics. Where is it? I think I went past it. New Year, Christmas. Give her a red shirt. Turn this opacity up a little bit. I'm actually going to stay on the lines for this one. Again, yeah, I'm choosing to color it in myself. Because I just like the feel of manually coloring something. Plus I intend on making this seem a little Luckily there is a darker red here. I'm going to use a smudge, turn it down, turn up the opacity like 55, and kind of just make it feel kind of warm and fuzzy here. Take the airbrush, turn that down, turn that up. We want to add the shadows from and for her lips, I'm going to give her this pink here that's in the Christmas shade. I still have coloring inside the lines on. Then I get this darker red here. Turn off inside the lines. And just line her lips a little bit here. And sticking with the green palette to just give her, or the Christmas palette, I'm sorry. There. I'm gonna go back to the basics. Actually, back to the basics. You see her eyelid here? Wait. Yeah, everything's at 100%, 100% and 1%. Skin shades. If you want that brow shaded in a little bit, but you don't want it down, so turn your opacity down to 9. Your brush size pretty small. And just kind of get the eyelid. For hair, I want to do eyebrow hair because otherwise it won't show up. You want it darker than that, so let's go with one of the reds. Give it a base color. And this yellow, turn your opacity up a little bit so it pops out. I'm just going to go over it with a couple of colors here. Now for the glasses, let's go with the maroon colors here, and just because of my own personal preference, I'm gonna give her some burgundy-like frames here for her glasses. So I'm going to improvise on these. Kind of go down a bit. And unlike mine, I'm going to give her glasses some rims here. My glasses don't have any. Yeah, I'm going to do new lines on it, so we need to make the lines. want to turn my opacity down a lot and kind of give these glasses some highlighting features here. And then what I'm going to do here is go into your skin shades. It's a little trick. See where the nose ends? Turn your opacity down. Size up. I sometimes do that, I apologize. Yep, these color inside lines on. Just kind of define your nose a little bit. Play with your colors. The original. Then what I'm going to do with her glasses is I'm going to turn the opacity down, brush size up, and just kind of... And then I'm going to go back to the burgundies I was using and redo the frames. And then come into white here. See how we look. Okay, so we have a basic, outline of the figure with the glasses and her mouth. I'm gonna do the background myself. That's pretty much how I got her face out. This is with no lines, no effects. And honestly, her hair does look fairly natural. I'm actually surprised. I'll probably shore up right here a little bit more. But how you do it, just play around with it. Don't be afraid to play around with it. And nothing has to be perfect. You're all individual in your own way. Make it your own, and I know you'll do fantastic.